Good afternoon, Mr. Weaver. I appreciate you allowing me to come and visit your home. My name is Miss Tay, and I'm a community health nurse.
Good afternoon, and thank you for being able to come out to my home and help with my family's needs.
It's no problem. I'm here today because I did receive a referral from the officials related to your daughter's attendance in school. The school nurse is becoming concerned about how she's doing and asked for me to come out and speak with you and your family. My purpose here today is to get a well rounded knowledge about your family as a whole, as well as each member individually. I also wanted to know if there were any concerns that you and your family would like to tell me. Before we talk about your daughter's attendance, though, I would love to gather some information about the family and the home life in order to completely understand what's going on. Is that okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
First, I would love you to describe you and your family as well as who all is a part of your family.
Well, I live in an extended household with my ex wife and her mother, my mother, and our daughter. Both of our mother's spouses passed, and they have not remarried. I am 44, my daughter is 18 and in her senior year of high school. My mother is 68 years old, and my ex wife's mother is 67 years old.
Great. And how are the household tasks divided upon the household members?
Well, I take care of the yard work and I take the trash out. Our mothers help with cleaning around the house, and my ex wife, she cooks for the family and helps maintain the cleanliness of the home. And our daughter, she does the dishes and helps with the laundry in the house.
That sounds great. Every member seems to take part in household chores, and there's a system in place for who does what. Does what does everybody do in the house do as a career wise?
I work as a machine operator full time. My ex wife works as a caregiver and homemaker, and my daughter works as a CNA. She's received her license last year through the school, and both of our mothers are retired. However, her mother also teaches children at home from time to time to stay busy.
Sounds like you take care of a majority of those financial responsibilities. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Since I'm the only full time worker in the household, I take care of the bills. My daughter, she's had to help from time to time in some aspects and picks up more hours at her job, to facilitate the help.
Oh no, that must be hard on her as well as the entire family to go through. Do you have any support systems that your family have as needed? Also, how does everyone in the house handle stress?
So there's a community pastor that comes by the house when he has time to check up on us. We are a Christian household, and my ex-wife uses prayer as a main source for stress relief. And her mother tends to separate herself when she becomes stressed, and she also talks about any issues that she may be experiencing, to kind of vent and have a listening ear. Um, what I like to do is use incense to relax, and my mother enjoys meditating and having some alone time as the incense are burning. My daughter, she tends to go out often with her friends, which sort of helps her to kind of let loose and have a little fun to become less stressed.
Those are some great methods to relieve stress in the household. Do you guys participate in activities together?
We do. We like to go out and grab food, kind of stress eating a little bit. And when we cook, we always eat together as a family. We like playing board games as well, which kind of, helps with the bonding and bringing us close together.
Lovely. And as a unit, your family seems to be very compassionate and close. And that's a good thing to hear. Now, I would like to ask you some questions pertaining to the family's health history. It may help us understand any issues that may happen or occur throughout the family, and if there's anything affecting your daughter's situation as well.
So, as for me, I have hypertension. My ex-wife, she's had a history of asthma, and our daughter also has suffered from those same conditions as well. Our mothers, they both have diabetes and hypertension. My ex-wife's mother recently received a kidney transplant for her stage 4 kidney disease. And based on that, she's been slowly but surely been in her recovery stage, and that's on the upward.
Congratulations on the transplant. Has your ex wife had any issues arise with her asthma that may prevent her from doing everyday tasks?
No, I seem to be fine. However, my daughter seems to have more exacerbations recently. It started to increase after we had a sewage leakage that caused dirty water to leak onto the kitchen floor and bathroom floor.
Oh no, that sounds terrible. Does someone clean the leaks when they occur?
Yes, my ex-wife hates the smell of the sewage. So
Understandable.
absolutely.
Does she happen to use bleach products when she cleans?
Oh, for sure. She says that it's the only thing that honestly thoroughly cleans the mess and gets the smell away.
I see. Well, one thing about bleach is it might be too overpowering on the senses of your daughter, and that can flare up her asthma. So I would recommend using something natural, such as vinegar, to be able to substitute to clean those surfaces and kind of reduce those exacerbations.
Oh, okay, that's good advice. I actually didn't think of that or realize that. So definitely appreciate that. And we'll be sure to grab some of those items, including the vinegar, at the store today.
Great. Does your family take their medications as they're prescribed?
Uh, they do. Our mother and I have our own weekly medication containers to keep up with our medications. Um, I haven't been really good at monitoring our blood pressure before taking the blood pressure medicine,
Mm-hmm.
um, though, because um, I haven't had a good pay week where I've been able to buy an automatic cuff, to get a read on that. And our mothers also try to check their blood glucose throughout the day and take their insulin whenever it gets too high. But however, they need to work on not eating so many sweets because I'm pretty sure that has to do with some of those issues.
Yes, I understand. And it is very important to monitor your blood sugar pressure and your blood sugar levels, especially before taking the medication to make sure that they're working. Um, I can show you after the meeting how to correctly take blood pressure and show your family members as well. And then also, I can refer you to a program that helps clients obtain important medical equipment, such as that blood pressure cuff that's automatic for easy reading for little to no price. Another thing your family might be able to use is a dietitian. That will help them maintain their hypertension and the diabetes in the family, reducing breads that can turn into sugars after digestion, as well as sweet treats, which, increase their blood sugar. It'll help them control their diabetes. Also, reducing the consumption of fried foods, all the oil and the fried, it's something to watch while maintaining adequate blood pressure. I've heard many of my clients like to use air fryers, if you've ever heard of such. It's a great way to cook your food with just using air and frying it versus using that oil on their food.
Okay, definitely. That's a lot of information, but it's insightful. So I believe this should help us out a lot.
No problem. And how does your family maintain their health? What are some things that each member is good at?
So we try to reduce the amount of salt or sodium that we use in our food when we cook. I try to get seasonings that don't have any salt in it if I can help it. We also substitute certain things like red meats and dairy out of our diet. Um, Occasionally we do exercise, but I have trouble being consistent, and so does everyone for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, we all ensure that we get at least 7 hours of sleep at night. I know 8 is the ideal, but even that 7 hours can be a little difficult to attain. So, but for the most part, I'm pretty good at singing, which helps with when we praise and worship in church. My ex-wife is very good at organizing and keeping things straightened. Her mother is very much loving and helps everyone in the household as needed. And as for my daughter, she does a good job with her schoolwork, and my mother is good at, making money with her free time through yard sales.
Sounds like you guys are trying to make healthy improvements on your life. And pertaining to that situation with your daughter's attendance at school, she has been missing for the past week and a half. Would you happen to have any idea on what may be affecting this?
I do. So my ex-wife's mother has not been in the best shape as of late. She's had to go to the hospital recently because she passed out 2 weeks ago in the middle of the night. When she fell, she broke her shoulder and hip, which scared our daughter a lot, and which is very much understandable. And they're very close to each other, so she's been visiting her really often. A few times out of the week, or as many times as she can when it permits. And she hasn't been able to concentrate on her schoolwork and her attendance due to those situations.
Got it. It's been pretty hard on her, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. And I completely understand what she may be going through. Having a loved one get hurt, it really affects you and your mental state, how those feelings are coming through. And being able to do stuff such as working on schoolwork is just something I can imagine be pretty hard to do. But there are some options at her school that offer ways to handle that stress. And that way she won't have that time out of school. She'll be able to manage it at school. We do have personal counselors who can come by, or she can go to their office and they can listen to her talk through her feelings, figure out her emotions, and then also options on how to, work with schoolwork and work with both of those together.
Definitely. Well, I definitely appreciate that. And, we'll make sure that she knows about the opportunity, because obviously it's really important for her to stay on top of her duties in terms of school.
Yes, it is.
Even given the situations, probably would be more of a good life lesson for her to learn how to push through these situations and still get things done on the work end, so that things kind of fall into place as they should.
Got it. Absolutely. So overall, I was able to learn a lot about you and your family, and they were very educational. I was able to see the health, what you guys do to keep up and maintain with your health, as well as the health conditions in your family, and what may be stressors along the way that might be affecting your daughter as well as her school attendance. Were there any other issues that your family were experiencing currently that you would love to talk to me about and share with me while I'm here today?
No, I don't think so. I think we've done a good job of covering everything. You've been an amazing help. I was able to express what I needed to express in terms of myself, my daughter's situation, just our family as a whole, and the things that we're going through together. So.
Right.
The resources are there, the references and, everything that has to do with the situation in terms of the overall health has played a big role. So definitely appreciate it.
No problem, Mr. Weaver. I will take this information back to my office and I'll compile all this information into one document. While I'm there, I'll also go ahead and send the education information pertaining to the maintenance of the diabetes and hypertension. And I'll also put in those references for your daughter's counselor as well as the dietitian to come by and speak with your mothers. Also, don't be afraid to call me if anything happens within the next few weeks or if anything occurs. Just go ahead and give me a call and we can talk about it. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
I definitely appreciate you and the help that you've given. And if I have any questions, comments, or concerns, we'll go from there.
Wonderful.
All right.